mention that she was making some Inkjoy pens with the epoxy on them. And I know that there are several people out there making those, and she wanted a box to box those up and gift them in. So I've created a box, and I'm going to show you guys how it goes together. Now, I've done it with a thinner paper out of a paper stack, and I've done it with the foil poster board from Cricut and a heavy Cartabella cardstock. So it will work no matter what you're using. It should work. So if you're using the foiled craft board from Cricut, things like that, you shouldn't have any problem putting this together. And I did one with vellum and one with foil acetate, and we're going to put one together here and show you guys how it goes together. Now, I've already started a little bit. I cut my foil poster board pretty side to the mat and used my double score wheel. Once you've got it cut, you're going to place your adhesive. I am using score tape. This is 1/2 inch score tape on this one. And the reason is because liquid glues can make your foil bubble up and it's not as pretty. So I am going to advise that you use some sort of double-sided tape. I like score tape because there's pressure on this box and it will help hold. So you're going to place on all 4 sides, the very edges, you're going to do score tape. Then you're going to turn it over, and on the pretty side, all 4 of your tabs. We're going to do the same thing here with our top. Well, before we fold it, we're just going to come in here on this edge. We're going to add some tape. Now, you can use the tearing tape, too. This sometimes tears. Sometimes I have a tough time tearing it, so I'm cutting it with my scissors. So I'm just going to place one on each side there. And the 1/2 inch, as long as you're at the edge, you're going to be okay. We're just going to bring that down. I got a little bit off there, but I don't know if I can get that loose. Try to get yours on the edge and not hanging over like I just did. And again, right up on the edge. On all 4 sides. And then we're going to flip it over, okay? And you're going to, I'm just going to cut just a small piece here to make it easy. I'm just going to cut 4 little pieces and place them on these tabs. And I get this score tape from scrapbook.com, Amazon. There are links in my link tree. Please use my link tree and use my links to shop with. I earn a small commission. It isn't much, but it does help provide the website and the group. And I'm just going to trim my overhang off just so I'm not sticking to everything. Let me get my long gunky scissors for this one. And I'm not cutting my cardstock here. I'm just cutting off that excess score tape where I messed up a little bit over here. Okay, now with it flipped over, we are going to take 1/8 inch score tape, okay? And I am going to go right along, and you do not want it to get into the opening. You want to keep that tape just to the inside. Right there. In here. I'm going to go all the way along this inside opening edge. And that's what's going to hold in your acetate. Now, if you want to use glue, you can, because we have a frame piece that's going over there. And if you don't want a window, you can skip the step. Just contour out, detach your score lines, contour out your window, and then you'll have a solid top. And then attach your score lines again. Now I'm just going to fold on all my scores. Missed my score line there. Fold on your score lines, and then you have another one right here. It's going to be close to where your tape is. That's going to create your frame. We're just going to fold that back. We're going to come in here, grab that score line, just like so. We're going to open that back up. All right. And then on the ends as well. Just like that. And then your 4 tabs are going to fold to the inside. Okay. Now I'm going to take my acetate piece, and there is a clear coating on here. And this is my new little tool from Close to My Heart, and Judy Barons LaRue in our group. She is a Close to My Heart dealer. I'm loving this little plastic tool. It doesn't scrape my acetate when I'm doing that. And I am just going to, because that's the tool that I grabbed. As a matter of fact, I can use this one. I'm going to start lifting that inside tape. Okay. It has like a flat edge, so it makes it a little bit easier on these tapes, I think. Okay, and then we're going to take that acetate piece that and this is the acetate from the Martha Stewart pack, and I'm just going to kind of bring up the 2 sides here in the end. I'm not gluing them yet, but I'm going to bring them up. Let's fold this back. Be careful if you've taken your tape off. You don't want to stick that together. Just going to fold those back so I can see where my edge is. And I'm going to slip that acetate in there without touching it if I can. And we're going to align that piece in. And it should not be interfering with your sides. If it is, you may have to lift it up and adjust it. So don't press it down yet. I'm just going to gently peel that off and adjust. It's wanting to peel my paper. Don't do that. So we've got that piece in. Now we're going to take our frame piece and we're going to put our tape on it, or glue, whichever you're using. And I am using a double-sided paper here, but once I'm finished, you won't see the second color unless you want to. Now you can flip yours and do it any way that you desire. Set that to the side. I'm going to grab this little tool and I'm going to peel off. I'm going to trim that. I don't want it interfering with the end of my box. When I fold, we're going to peel all of these release liners. And now we're gently going to place that. It might be better if you don't peel all of your release liners, but just peel them partially back. And then, for that reason, if I had left it on there, and then just peeled the release liner after I got it started, that would have been better. So I'm just going to line it up along the edge of the opening. Keeping it as straight as possible, just like so. And now you have your acetate window. Super simple and easy. And now we're going to peel off the release liner off of this tab here and this tab. And then this tab. And this one. All right, and you're going to make sure that the corners are even, and we're going to stick those down. And peel that one and fold it over to close those tabs. And then I'm just going to use this same tool. You can use your bone folder, whatever you have. Just going to give that a rub down. Get good in the corners. I did make this pretty tight, okay? And now we're going to stick this side and this one. And again, fold that one over. I'm just going to take my tool and rub down those corners really good. Press it down. And then we're going to peel off the side. Same thing. Just going to go in there, rub it down in the corners and along that edge. Now, if you want, you can surely clip just the edge and give it just a little angle if you want, but I wanted it to cover all of the inside parts, so I made it tight, and I did not do that, but you most certainly can. The thicker materials might work best that way. Thinner materials, you shouldn't have any problem, but as long as you take your bone folders and just go in and rub those corners like I'm doing, you're going to be just perfectly fine, okay? So there's our lid, and then we're going to fold our base. Again, all the outside edges to the inside, and then all of your tabs on the pretty side. And we're going to fold everything on its scores. All right. Same here. And then on the sides, and open it back up and do that last one. And if you're using a bone folder on these, be very gentle. You don't want to scratch your foil. All right, same thing with the lid. We're going to come in here and get these. Oops, peeled my tape up. It'll be okay. I'm going to come in here, get those corners nice and flush on a pretty corner. I'm just going to fold that over and peel that tape. Fold that end over. Again, we're going to go in there with our little folder and be gentle, because if you press too hard, you're going to be drawing lines and dents on the foil, because it will dent easily because of its thickness. So you want to be a little more gentle with it than you were on your lid. We're going to get rid of that one. Just sticking those down. going to fold that over. We're going to go in and give it a little press. Get those corners really good. All right. And now we're going to peel our sides, just like we did with the lid. Push those tight corners in. Okay. You can see how that corner is not quite in there flush, and that's where the tool comes in. And I'm just rubbing right in the crease here and just rubbing that down on both sides. Okay. Nice crisp box. Now we can set that to the side because we're not done. You've got 4 pieces like this, and that's going to be your stabilizers for your pen. Now you're going to do all of these identical. There's 4 score lines. You're basically just making a box, okay, with these. And I'm going to use a little bit of my release liner right here at the one below the hole. We're going to snip that. We're going to do that on all 4. And you can put it on there before you fold if you want. And I'm just using the 1/8 inch on here. That's all you need. You don't need huge heavy tack here. All right, and we're going to fold on all of our scores. We're going to peel that release liner, and we're just going to, I'm just going to fold it flat and then bring this edge up over it. Okay, just make it flat, okay? Again, I'm going to fold on all the scores. And you will be putting these in differently to the box. And if you fold it like that, just kind of fold it flat. Just give that press so it holds, and then flatten it back or shape it back out to a box. All right, so now you have 4 of these. You're going to take 2 of them and set them to the side. And then the other 2 with the hole, and you want your seam side down. That's where we just glued them. You're going to place tape on the glued section. Just 2 of these now, only the 2. And then on the back of the hole on this side and then the back. And you're going to place tape on that one or adhesive of your choice. Okay, so if you want to fold it flat with your hole to the front and your seam to the back where you just glued it, you can do that and then just put the 2 pieces of tape. One on each little section. Okay. And then we're going to set those to the side. Now you have this piece. You're going to fold on this line to the back and on this line to the back, just like so. And then you're going to open it back up. Then you're going to fold it straight down the middle, like so. And then on these 2 scores, you're going to fold those up. Okay, So when you're finished, it should look something like a W or an M, however you want to look at it, like so. And then fold that piece back again, and this piece back again. All right, now we're going to open that up, and I'm going to use my wider tape here again, and I am just going to go along this edge and this edge. All right. Don't want a bunch of overhang here. It might hinder it going into the box. And then right down, it doesn't matter which side, right down the middle of one of those folds in the center. You're going to go down through there. So it should have your adhesive just like this, okay? So now we're going to pull that center one out. And this is what I should have done with the lid earlier. Just going to fold that back so that you can grasp it on both ends. I think that's going to work. And we're going to press, oops, no we're not. We're going to pull that off. I should have done it on that one. I'm going to fold that in, and then you can press it here. Doesn't really matter on this piece, I don't guess, how you do your tapes. But you've got this winged piece, just like so. And you'll want to take your bone folder or scraper and give yourself a nice crisp line on this. And it's heavy so that the end of the box doesn't get crushed with your pins in them. I wanted this piece to be substantial. And now if you want to glue it into the box, you most definitely can, but it's a snug fit, so you should be able to get it in there. And depending on the materials, you may need to trim just a hair off. So I'm going to put this on my trimmer because I did use a super thick material. Now, if you're using a thinner material, you will not have to do this step. But I'm just going to bring it in. I'm just going to flatten it out. Bring it in on my trimmer. And I'm just going to trim just a sliver off of it. Hopefully that wasn't too much. It was a little more than I intended to take off, but I think it's going to be okay. And I'm going to trim the other side. Probably be better to trim it before, but I'm just taking off a minute little bit. And that's because this material and this material were so thick. And then it's going to pop right down into that box, okay? And I do want to tape mine down. You don't need a whole lot of tape here, so I'm just going to kind of put a little piece on each end. And you can go crossways or long ways. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to peel that back, maybe. There we go. And then with the wings up, I'm just going to place it into the box, gently lining it up. And I'm just going to press that down in there, okay? And then we're going to take the two pieces here that we put the tapes on, the outside. We're going to peel those off. On both sides. And then I like to put my seam with my hole facing to the top. I'm going to place that you want to tape to the back of the box and to the bottom of the box. So your tape is here and here, okay? And you're just going to press that down. And I'm just going to go in with this little tool here and give that just a little press right there into the back, just to get it some stick. We're going to do the same on this one. Take those liners off with the hole. You can see my tape is on these two sides, so that I'm gluing it to the bottom and to the back of the box. Back here into the bottom. And I'm just going to give it a little press. Not too hard. You don't want to dent your foil. All right. And then these two pieces, they don't get that. And that's because you're going to be using that as your stabilizer on the top. That's how you're going to get the pen in and out. And it is a snug fit, but it will go right in there. This one does not go all the way to the bottom of the box, and that is because of the clip, okay? And that's just to hold it up so that you can see the pretty epoxy that you did on these. And then you're just going to slip it right down into the box. Now, they're not going anywhere. They're in there. They're nice and snug, but they'll be able to take them out, and they'll be able to return them into the box should they need to. Okay, it's going to keep them nice and straight. And it is a snug fit with these thick materials, but it will go. And you're just going to place the lid right onto the box. Super fun, simple, easy, shows the pretty gift. Now you can use the scraps that come out of these and make yourself some tags. Don't waste those materials. And again, if you don't want the hole cut in it, you can detach your score lines from the lid, contour out the hole, attach your lines back, and you should be good with a solid lid. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Can't wait to see your epoxy pens. Please show them to me and show the beautiful boxes you made for them. Have a great day. Happy crafting.